everybody, and welcome to a brand new Minecraft Let's Play series. It's been a long time since I have done a Let's Play series, and I'm excited to get back into doing another one. Last time I actually played Minecraft and recorded it, it was before the game was even released, if I'm not mistaken, and it was very focused on things like building cannons and stuff. I used creative mode a lot. I've never really done an earnest Let's Play. So I thought it'd be fun to do that. And so I've started up a new world, and we're just going to do a Let's Play as many people do. Mine's going to be a little bit different though, because what I've decided to do is I've used a lot of mods in this particular playthrough. I have not just stuck with vanilla. I think a lot of people increasingly these days are using a large variety of mods and mod packs when they play Minecraft, and so I figured that any good Let's Play would do the same sort of thing. What I'd like to... so basically the mod packs that I'm using, I'll let you know that first as I get set up here. I'm just going to go towards building a basic shelter, sort of hole-in-the-wall sort of thing, explore a little bit. That's going to be day one. But as I do that, because that's sort of boring, I'll talk to you a little bit about the mods I have installed. What I will be using primarily is the Tekkit pack, distributed through the Tekkit launcher. I've got a link in the description for that if you'd like to follow along and keep score, as it were. I also, however, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I have made a couple of augmentations to this mod myself, or rather this mod pack. I have included exactly 3 new mods from other places, primarily Feed the Beast. And so those 3 mods that I've included are forestry, Thaum-craft, and the natural in-between is Thaum-it-ry, which is a sort of a forestry add-on that takes into account Thaumcraft. So those are the mods that I'll be playing with. The reason I chose Tekkit pack versus something like Feed the Beast, which if I like those mods, and Thaumcraft and forestry are some of my favorite mods ever, the reason I chose the Tekkit pack over Feed the Beast is because the Tekkit pack is actually more up to date. It's using Minecraft 1.5.1, and Feed the Beast is still over at 1.4.7, and so it actually has a number of new features, particularly with Thaumcraft and forestry, that make it much more attractive to use this and put them in myself. The first thing you're actually seeing me do is using a mod in this pack without even really paying attention to it, called Treecapitator. And what this does is you see, I cut down one log of the tree and the whole thing breaks. It makes it a whole lot easier to mine wood in the beginning here. It's not cheaty or anything either, because if you look at the axe durability as I chop this tree down, you will see, there we go, that it wasn't just, it doesn't just take down for one log, but it actually calculates how many logs you're really cutting, and it takes down the axe durability by that many logs. So it's actually quite useful for that. So in my mind, it's not a very cheaty sort of thing, but actually it's just a time saver. In my mind, especially in the first day, that's really very valuable. I'm killing some cows here just so I have some food. So generally what I want this Let's Play to be, I want it to be a little bit of just a standard old Let's Play and sort of build some stuff and see what happens. But at the same time, because there are so many new mods out there these days, and because mod packs are getting increasingly more complicated and more sort of in-depth, what I wanted to do was play around with some of them and share some with you, and just sort of learn, teach a little bit, and some of these mods I've never really played with myself, and so it will be a learning experience for me too. So it's partially a Let's Play, it's partially a teaching thing, it's partially a mod demonstration. It's a lot of different things. So the real question is, why would you watch my Let's Play over any of the other millions that are out there? And the answer, outside of me having a sexy voice, is that I think what I'm going to be doing is looking at a couple couple of specific mods to start, and I want to focus on that gameplay and sort of learn a little bit with them. And so if you are sort of new to the mod scene and that sort of thing, and you want to learn about why they're useful and what's interesting about them, stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing more sort of teaching elements and that sort of thing. This is a cool little island. It has a huge mountain on it, and it has, well, it is an island. It's completely surrounded by water. This is cool. I might stay around here for a little bit. Yes, and so the goal essentially right away, I want to give you guys a bit of a preview, like I said, just so that you know what you're getting if you want to commit the time to watch. My plan is to first of all get some resources set up. I have a lot of cows around, so farm might not be the most necessary thing in the world right away, but I would like to have a food base and a resource base, so that might be startup number one. But essentially the goals I have are to get into forestry and thaumcraft. I have played them before, and I know that I like them very much. I'm quite familiar with them. Except I've never really gotten to the end, quote-unquote, of either of them. I've not gotten to the end of the tech progression on any of them, and I'd sort of like to do that. So those will be exploration points number 1 and 2. Otherwise, I'm going to take it as it comes. There are a number of mods in here, like Mine Factory Reloaded, and Galactic Craft, and things like that, that I've actually never played with, and would very much like to play with. And so for me, it'll be just as much of a learning experience as it is for you guys. So, those are sort of the things to look out for. That's what I'll be doing. So yeah. If that sounds interesting to you, feel free to continue watching, listen in, and I would love to have your support or suggestions, comments, whatever. And let me know how you think it's going. In any case, I'm just going to do a little bit of exploring of the area. I actually really like the aesthetic of this area. It's very archipelago-like, a lot of little islands. That's a nice little bay here. There's some oil from Buildcraft, so that might be useful later, depending on the direction we go for power. Yeah, I could get used to living in an area like this. This is neat. This is another island, it looks like, based on my mini-map up there. This is Ray's mini-map, for the record, if you don't know the interface. It's neat. You can add waypoints and stuff like this. Now, sun's going down. I should probably get a move on resource-wise. Now, I saw some coal back on that other mountain, so I'm actually going to run back there and get it really quick. Yes, Ray's minimap is great. It automatically adds a waypoint every time you die, which means that if you die out in the wilderness, long away from home, it will actually remember that for you and direct you back to it so you can find your stuff before it despawns. Nice and useful. Add some clay in there, which is good to keep in mind on, I think. No, it's actually just sand. Never mind. That might be clay. That is clay. Perfect. Okay. So, yes, this is a nice starting area. I've not come across a starting area as nice as this in a while. There aren't very many resources as far as things like trees, for instance, but I do have that huge Arctic-looking biome over there behind me. Now, the coal I saw is up there. Maybe what I'll have to do is build a furnace really fast and charcoal some things up. In fact, that's what I will do. Oh, but of course I haven't mined any stone, so we're just going to dig into the side of this hill for tonight. Oh, well, that makes that easier. That's a funny thing. And it seems like there's only... Okay, that's really very random. It seems like there was only one coal block in that area, which I must say is pretty rare. Usually coal veins are pretty huge. But that's enough for a couple of torches, and I'm not going to complain about that. So there we go. We have some torches. We'll put that up on the outside of this little makeshift home that will be our home for the evening. We're going to make a furnace really quick. Of course, I need one more cobble for that. Now, the unfortunate piece to this is that I didn't actually find any sheep today. That means I can't make a bed, which means that we're going to stay up all night. That's okay. I'm going to dig out this house a little bit, and what I will do, so you guys don't have to watch, is I'll cut it in the middle of the night, so you don't have to watch me sit there and wait for morning. Okay, so we're going to make this a little bit bigger, make it 5 by 5 or so, and we'll throw this in there, and we'll throw this furnace right in here. We'll make the ceiling a little bit bigger, make it a bit nicer. And first things first, we need a door. Perfect. Okay, and we'll put a torch in here, and we'll get started mining this guy out. Yes. There are a lot of new resources added by all these new mods, a lot of new types of stone, types of ore, that sort of thing. And so we're going to be on the lookout for some of that stuff. We don't really need it right off the bat. The thing that's still most important early game, I think, is iron, because iron sort of gets you set up for a lot of things. To start Thaum-craft, which is something that I want to do quite quickly, you need gold, and so I'm going to need to find a hole down to the bottom of the earth, or make one, and actually find some of that. But you need a gold nugget to make your first wand, so that's going to be sort of the goal. As I go through this series, I'm going to do not mod spotlights per se, but I'm going to spend an episode or two talking about a given mod, just to get us all familiar with it and to get set up with it if ever I encounter it. There are also other mods, like I said earlier, that I have no idea about. I've never really played with dimensional doors, for instance. I don't know anything really about galactic craft. I certainly don't know anything about thermal expansion, or any of the things like that that are in Tekkit that I've not experienced. And so those will be a bit of an adventure for all involved, and that'll be fun. So the other thing is, leave in the comments, if you will, sort of, if there's a mod in the Technic pack or whatever else that you would like me to explore and play with. I don't really have much preference outside of the fact that I think that Thaumcraft, I keep on saying it, it's my favorite mod right now in Minecraft. It adds some things that I think are really excellent. They really do help to improve gameplay, make it a lot of fun. So I like Thaumcraft a whole lot. I'm actually going to cook up some charcoal right now, because mostly what I need is food. I'm glad there were those cows at the start. Oh, there we go. So this is some of the new resources that I was talking to you about earlier. This is tin. Tin is used in a number of different mods. In fact, there are, I believe, 2 or 3 different versions of tin in the game right now. Ooh. Each mod uses its own different type. The lucky thing is, with a mod pack this big, there have been converters built so that if you have tin from one mod, you can use it in another. And that's not a small thing, because for the longest time, it would be the case that you could only use, say, if you were going to use forestry stuff, you would have to use forestry tin. And if you didn't have it, then you had to go find it. If you had all the tin in the world from, say, industrial craft, it was useless to you. Now, this stuff over here, I don't actually know right off the top. I think this is apatite. Yep, it's apatite. Apatite is a resource used by forestry. Oh, and I've found... Oh, cave noise. That's interesting. We're gonna block that up for now and remember that that's there. I'm also gonna make some more torches. I know that on YouTube, it's a little bit darker than what I'm experiencing, so I will be diligent with my torches. Yeah, so there seems to be a cave that I've walked right into while mining this apatite. Yep. How about that? So I'm not going to go too much further mining this apatite, but we're going to remember that this is here. Apatite is not especially useful, to be honest. It's used only for fertilizer, I think, and maybe 1 or 2 other small little inventions in forestry that don't really change a lot of the game. Okay, so this is right on a cave. Or maybe it's the outside, I'm not really sure. so apatite comes in big veins. If you find one, you're pretty much set, I think. Now, the automatic farms in forestry do chew through apatite very quickly. So perhaps that's why they're in such big veins, but I've never really found a problem. And that's more copper. Perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to film mining all this out. I'm going to do that. And then, next episode, we're going to do a little bit of exploration. We're going to run around those islands out there and see what's going on with them. Now that I have some charcoal, I'm going to cook up all the meat that I have and feed myself. And other than that, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next episode.